Hello everyone, it's me, Green Beauty ASMR. I am back today with a little show and tell recent purchases, and I just want to thank you for being so patient with me as I come and go from my channel, all due to life circumstances. So over the past 4 months or so, we've been not renovating the house, but sort of redecorating, like painting walls, buying new furniture, new artwork, or wall decor and stuff like that. So I've been really busy with that, in addition to working, and my little one started kindergarten. So that's been a big thing. It's been so sweet. He is so excited. He's loving it. A little bit of tears that drop off, when it's time to say goodbye on the first few days. But today he told me, did I cry yesterday when we said goodbye? And I said, yeah, a little bit. And he said, I'm not going to cry today. He was so excited. And I said, okay, and it's okay if you do. And he was just so giddy. He ran off and sat for circle time, and we left. So far he's adjusting well, and I have become involved with the school and the PTA and things like that, so that also is taking up some time. But I wanted to show you today some recent items I purchased. I'll be honest, like 90% of these things are candles. They are things that I went through this I don't know, like I really wanted the perfect candle, and over the course of a couple months. So I'm going to show you a few of them. Kind of disappointed in most of them. I'll tell you about that. But I'm going to do a room tour again. I don't think I'm going to do a full house tour, but I will show you different rooms in our house. Right now we are working on finishing our basement, like refinishing. It was a finished basement when we moved in, and then it flooded so bad in January 2022. It was like a full playroom. I really, cute rug, brand new. I mean, so many things. Anyway, it flooded when we had really bad rains, and even though we had the dehumidifier and all sorts of precautions, it then got mold. So then we had to have the mold remediation company come, and long story short, it's not finished, right? Because it's a lot of money. We have to wait until we can do it again, while also trying to get our bedrooms done, because ever since we moved in a couple years ago, we haven't done much. We never really painted. We never really did, the finishing touches. We sort of just lived here and, I don't know, settled in. So, okay, long way to say, let me show you what I got. And I'll be doing a room tour, and I'm not going to do my son's room. I'm trying to think what other rooms, but I will show you bits and pieces over the course of our time together on my channel, okay? The first item is this candle warmer. So I actually found a different one at Home Goods, and I was obsessed with it. I loved it so much. It was similar to this, but it was better than this. And it was $25, and I just loved it. And the reason I was wanting a candle warmer is because I like to have candles in the bedroom. Obviously, I am not going to leave a lit candle in my bedroom while I'm in my office working or we're away. So a candle warmer was such a wonderful alternative, and it works so well. So What happened was I was dumb and left it plugged in a very, it was like the cord was hanging across the main walkway into our room, and my little one tripped. That was all mommy's fault, and so we had to have a long talk about that, and it broke, and I was really sad. And I went back to Home Goods to see if they had any more. They did not. I asked my mom to go to her Home Goods. They did not have it. So then I had to resort to Amazon, and this was the one most similar to that one, but you know what? It's not the same. It's cheaper quality. The one at Home Goods was heavier, sturdier, more marble, like true marble looking down here. It was just gorgeous. So I've been using this, however, in my room, and it works wonderfully. And I leave a little candle here with the light on here, just on a small timer, 2 to 4 hours. And it really emits this beautiful warm scent, whichever I choose for that day or my mood. And I really highly recommend it if you're into the ambiance that a warm scent might bring to your living quarters. This definitely could be living room, dining room as well. For me, I chose for the bedroom, but I might get another one sometime down for the dining room. The next item we have here is this Tree Hut Pink Hibiscus Lotion. This is a moisturizing body lotion. This is absolutely amazing in its scent. The moisturizing quality is also quite well. We see here on the back it's 4 out of 5 little hydration droplets, and it is very thick and rich. The smell of this is to die for. I wear it every single night before bed, and every single morning as I get ready, I just slather it on, even on my chest and my arms, because I want to smell it. And I even bought one for my bestie, who you've seen on this channel before, and I sent it to her because it's just so gorgeous smelling. It's very floral, but also kind of fruity as well. And it just says a hydration boost, a blend of nourishing apricot, pomegranate, and peach oils. And it has a skin shield quality to it, where it keeps the skin barrier strong and healthy. So it wasn't too expensive, and I got this from Ulta. I think Target also sells it, but I highly recommend if you're into a very feminine, a very floral, fruity scent. I don't care if it's going to be fall and winter. I am still wearing this gorgeous, gorgeous scent. So that's that. Next, I have this piece of art. Let me show you. Okay. So over the summer, my family and I took a trip to Washington, D.C. to visit some family. And while I was there, I visited, my mom had never been to any of the Smithsonian's, and so we went to a couple of them, one of which was the American Indian Smithsonian, which is actually quite different than it was last time I visited it. However, I did purchase this piece of art by Lauren Goodday. She's a native artist. She is from, she's sort of mixed, but she's of the Cree people. And the title of this piece of art is called We Learn from Our Grandmothers. And what you can see here is that this is what this piece of art is drawn on is an old ledger book. Okay, this is a ledger book from back when, of things that that dictated what was happening back then. So it really, this particular one is like a financial ledger, so items in that sort, and then she creates this native art on top of these ledgers. And the ledgers, this what we're looking at here on this paper, is from non-native people of that time. Okay, so then she takes these ledgers and these ways of keeping track of things, and then she draws art of indigenous rituals, indigenous moments. And I just love that juxtapose, which is very layered when you think about it. And it's gorgeous. So I did purchase this from her, well, at the store, at the Smithsonian. And that's because I'm going to be doing a gallery wall in our hallway. It's this giant wall. It's actually going to be really hard to logistically measure and like what size, and I don't even know how we're going to get a ladder. But I'm really I've been collecting pieces of art online, and nothing expensive. I'm not like into art of that caliber, but pieces that are meaningful, pieces that speak to who we are as a family, or things that I just find really pretty, that sort of thing. So that's going to be going there. And also, what is going to be going on that wall is this piece here. It's hard to show, but it's a rounded, refinished wooden frame with a piece of fabric. So I'm sure you've seen this style everywhere. It's nothing new. I did purchase this from Etsy. I actually got inspired with this piece by Taryn Truly. She's on Instagram. And it was kind of expensive, and this because it's homemade or whatever. Personally, I would have just bought one at Home Goods, and I found one very similar, but I had already purchased this. And I'm happy to support small businesses and artists around the world. So this is also going to go on that gallery wall. So it's going to be very eclectic and not quite uniform. So obviously the piece of art I just showed you is very different than this piece here, but it's hopefully going to all flow together when it's done. And if this piece doesn't make it on the gallery wall, then it's going to go probably in my bedroom or in my office. Okay. All right. Moving on. Also, do you love our little avocado? That's my son and myself experimenting. I don't even know. So when your avocado seed gets like this, when do you plant it? And do you just plant it outside in the ground? That's another thing I've been doing is gardening. Well, not really. I've grown tomatoes and carrots, and it's a lot of work. And it's been great. The tomatoes are lovely. I don't eat a lot of them because I'm kind of allergic, but I had to taste them, and they were so good. Oh my gosh, you really cannot compare homegrown produce to grocery store. It is just so different. You really get to experience how fruits and vegetables are meant to be experienced, right? Versus buying in the grocery store, which I'm going to continue to do because I don't live on a homestead, and that is not something I'm passionate about. But anyway, so I've also been doing that, and that takes up time, and I'm kind of done. The tomatoes are finishing up, and that's great. Carrots still are growing, but after this, I'm like, this is so much work. I know, maybe I'm lazy, but it's just one last thing to think about. I mean, one more thing to think about, watering them, tending to them. And I'm just at a stage in my life where I have so much going on that remembering to water my tomato plants and my carrots on top of all the stuff in the front yard, on top of the plants in the house, on top of doing everything else, I'm just not about it. Glad I experienced it. Wonderful experience to really get in touch with the earth, with the dirt, with growing things, fueling our body. It's been beautiful to teach my son about that, and we'll see if we're going to do it again next year. Not sure. Okay, now we're into the candles, my dear. So actually there's only candles here. I thought I had brought more, but let's talk about this candle here, okay? So this one is Wrathborns. So this is actually an Irish brand, and this was purchased in Annapolis, Maryland, from a store, an Irish store there. When we had gone on that vacation to Washington, D.C., the person I visited also actually technically lives in Maryland. So we were there and had a wonderful visit. They live on 2 acres and it's a forest, and my son got to catch fireflies every night and swim all day. And we had these really East Coast storms where it's so hot and muggy, but then it's like pouring rain, and we had a wonderful, wonderful time. I loved seeing Annapolis and the history there. It's very significant. And it's just been, the past 2 summers have been like these East Coast summers for us, where we go and visit these states and areas that I normally wouldn't. And so anyway, got this. Now this is from a company established in 1488. Can you believe that? 1488. Okay. Founded in the heart of Dublin in 1488, Wrathborns has been lighting up the streets, lighthouses, and homes of Ireland for over 5 centuries. And I think that's just absolutely amazing. I love it. And then it says, Wrathborns today. Honoring generations of heritage and tradition, we create luxurious hand-poured products using only the highest quality, sustainable ingredients. Wrathborns today is an example of true Irish craftsmanship, blending the spirit of Ireland's history with the essence of contemporary luxury. So, this particular scent is a bouquet of perfumed wildflowers and sweet scents of blossom and country hedgerows. So it does have floral notes, but it also has warm peppery twists in it as well. White peppercorn and lemon with the heart of lily, honeysuckle, and patchouli. So this was not cheap, and it's very small. I've already used it. Okay, but and the scent of this one is white pepper and honeysuckle, and you can purchase this at Wrathborns1488.com. The quality of this candle is very good. I mean, it definitely is worth that higher price. It the scent of it is so strong. The throw, I learned that's like this. When you say a candle has no throw, it means that when it's burning, you can't even smell the scent. That's not the case for this, but it is for another candle I'm going to show you in just a moment. So I'm trying to see if there was a price tag on here. I think this was around $30 for this smaller size, but I was in a mood to splurge. So this is one that I would leave on the candle warmer. Highly recommend this brand if you are into higher end candles. So that was purchased back in July. And then this one, very expensive. This is by Jo Malone. And her candles are so good. So good. So this particular candle, this size here, is, I don't know, but you get the gist. It was incredibly expensive, like $70 or $80, and it was a little anniversary splurge that I did. This candle so I live in a 2-story house. I will light this down in the dining room, and it fills the entire house. I am not kidding you. I can smell it upstairs in my bedroom. I can smell it upstairs in my office. It has the strongest throw that I have ever experienced from any candle I've ever purchased. So, and this is the Peony and Blush Suede. This is the second one of this candle I have purchased. I probably have talked about this maybe on this channel before, but it's very high quality. We have a very heavy lid as well. And this one I just keep downstairs and burn in the dining room. It's a very summery spring scent. It's incredibly, the peony is very strong, and it's just a very beautiful, uplifting scent. And you can see how much I've used. It's just so good. I mean, it's definitely worth the money. Again, if you are interested in higher end candles, her line of candles are so good. And it is like an entire house perfume when it's lit. And it's not a small house that we live in. All right, so we're nearing the end, but I have one more candle to show you, and I feel like I need to do a PSA on this because I was so duped. So again, and these candles have been purchased starting in July. No, we're in August, in June, July, so over the past 3 months. Okay, then I was at Target, and I always am a sucker for the Magnolia stuff, which I haven't always been, but lately is when since I've been redoing, decor and things like that, I do get inspired by some of the style because I really like it. So I was at the store, and again, impulse splurge. Okay, I was looking for a big candle, a big candle for my large, long dining room table. This candle, this is the Canvas scent by the Home and Hearth Magnolia Hearth and Hand, and this is the extra large core candle Canvas, and it was $30. So I'm like, okay, $30, that's pricey, but let's do it. I love this scent. I like the size of it in terms of the footprint it takes on my dining room table is like proportionate and appropriate. It was such a waste of money. Literally, so smell this candle, okay? Sorry for all the burnt pieces. It smells so good, so good. You light it and you smell nothing. I mean, genuinely nothing. I was incredibly disappointed, and so I had this, so days go by, I'm like, gosh, I'm burning this candle, I don't even smell it, like, you don't even, it's weird, it was just so strange, like, is something wrong? And then I go on the Target app, which I should have done, and now I have learned, and it has horrible reviews. Everyone's saying it doesn't smell. Once it's burned, it has no throw. That's where I learned that term. And it's just so disappointing because I've had another candle by this brand that I like to buy in the fall, and it's been great. In fact, I had repurchased it another time, and but this one, I don't know if they changed, because that was last year that I did that. I don't know if they changed the formula. I don't know if it's just the scent. I'm really not sure. But now I feel very hesitant to purchase anything more of the fragrance line of this brand, this line, because this sucks. It really does. Don't waste your money. I was very disappointed. I don't know if it's like a bad batch, but that wouldn't make sense because all the reviews on the app. So anyway, those are sort of my recent purchases, and I have a bazillion more, but they're all part of the home decor, so like on my walls and things like that. So you'll have to wait and see those a little bit later. I have some other videos coming up for you, and I just want to thank you so much and very much deeply thank all of you who contributed to my Buy Me a Coffee fund. I just want to acknowledge that you so graciously donated money, and then I didn't post a video for several months, and so I just want to acknowledge that, and I hope that you didn't feel disappointed or any hard feelings. I promise I'm here. Your funds are absolutely going towards my channel, and I will continue to keep filming, and I'm just so grateful for your generosity and to feel connected to all of you in general. Thank you so much for being here with me today, and I'll see you next time.